So let's start. What does it mean for you to get to the top? What does it mean to you to get to the top? All right. Does it mean that you have for instance, because we have to check where we're coming from. Because if we say we want to get to the top, where are you at the moment? All right. For some of you have a job that wakes you up very early in the morning. You go to a job you don't either like or you're not comfortable with. But it is the same cycle every single day, every single week, every single month, every single day. This year is about to run out and you're having almost the same experience. And you have a boss sitting on your neck saying you have to deliver, otherwise you get fired. All right. And it's a job that you're not getting the benefit. You're working so hard, but at the end of the day, they're not paying you what you are worth. All right. And yet somebody's sitting on your neck and requesting that you deliver heaven and earth. All right. So you don't have control over your time. You're in the same motion, but at the same spot. And your boss, doesn't really care about you. And then you have what you call a salary that takes everything from you. You have rent to pay, school fees, utility bills, food, gas, TV, house rent, transportation. Everything is demanded for that just one salary. And then things are getting really, really tough. So why do you need to get to the top? What does the top mean to you? Yesterday I was asking someone a question, and I said, how much do you want to be making in this business? And she said, I didn't push her. She said by herself, I want to be making 2.5 million every month. 2.5 million every month. And I said, fantastic. So I showed her how to get that by using the Project Activate. And then after I said, do you have any questions? She said, yes, please. So how can I do this? I don't like talking to people. So my own challenge is I don't want to talk to anybody. So now there's a disconnect with what you want and the reality. So now ask her, have you ever, be sincere with me, have you ever seen anyone who makes 2.5 million every month without talking? Please show me. I'm not talking about a criminal. I'm talking about, because I don't know, right? They might be existing. They might be, they might be in this world, but I don't know. I'm not talking about somebody who did it, got paid and he didn't, once. I'm talking about every month, 2.5 million naira every month. And the person doesn't talk to anybody. The person doesn't do anything. Can you tell me? There are some people who are making that kind of money every month right now, and they're not talking, but that is not how they started. They'd already built systems. Now the money is speaking for them in different investment portfolios that they don't need to talk. But you're still broke today. You can't scratch 100,000 naira or 200,000 naira or 500,000 naira to your name. So you haven't built a portfolio at all. You haven't built a system at all. And you are talking about making 2.5 million without talking. Are you guys seeing the disparity? So first of all, let's deal with that. Deal with where you are now, and then now deal with how to get to where you want to go to. So what does the top mean to you? Does it mean 500,000 every month, 3 million every month, 10 million naira every month, 50 million naira every month, even 200 million naira every month? Now, this might be one of the things that you want, all right? One of the things that you want, but we have to detach it from fantasy. You have to marry your goals with the reality and not fantasizing over it. Because it appeared to me that it was more or less like a fantasy. I want to be making 2.5 million, but it wasn't a realistic want, if I may put it that way. Because there was an element of fantasy attached to how to get that thing you want. You don't want to talk, but you want to make 2.5 million. No. It ain't going to work like that. Nahi. All right. And I'll have to tell you the truth. But today, this training is to tell you the truth, not to massage your ego or to make you feel good. This is authentic. So I'm going to give you 3 major steps to get to the top. Number 1, master the mindset. You must master the mindset. You see, the mind will keep you in this game longer. And the longer you are in the game, the higher your chances of success. If this business is like you're building a system, you have to understand this, guys. Some of you come into the business and you go all out, full throttle, all right, in the first couple of weeks, and you kind of burn out because you're not seeing any result per se, and then you quit. You go to another place believing that this one will pay you faster and bigger, right? Now, I want you to visualize a 5-story plaza, 5 stories that have blocks of flats, and you want to use that plaza for business purposes. You know, people are willing to pay you to pack into that plaza. Now, you're building the plaza. You are on your 4th month of constructing this 5-story plaza, and you have not completed. You are still on the 2nd story. All right. Can I ask you a question? Will you begin to make profit from that plaza on a natural? I'm not talking about dynamic business engagement where you bring in investors. Will you begin to make profit from whatever angle you look at it? The answer is no, right? Now, in the 5th month, you are not bringing revenue from that building yet, yeah? Would you drop that building at that point and migrate to start building another one? Because this one, oh, maybe I'm building this one in Yaba. Let me go to Ikoyi and build. Maybe people in Ikoyi will begin to pay me even if I have not completed the building. They'll begin to pay me profit. Will it happen? No. Go to Ikoyi, you have to start from scratch again, from ground zero, foundation to 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 5th story. Now, you won't do that, right? That's exactly how this business works. But you see, your mindset is the problem. Your mindset is not allowing you to understand that you're about to build a system. If you play short term in this business, you can't go far. I'm going to show you why. Because, in fact, it's not just this business. Any system whatsoever that you want to build, if you want to build a pipeline, let's look at another industry. Dangote wanted to build a refinery. How many years ago, to 2013, thereabout, he borrowed billions of dollars to begin to build the refinery. It's completed now. But how many years have passed? This guy hasn't raked in any profit from that. I used to how the rich think. If you want to get to the top, you must have a long-term mindset. A long-term mindset if you want to get to the top. Because top means you are going to build a system. Top does not mean making money. No. You can make money today and you're broke tomorrow. In this business, we've seen people. I know someone who started before me in this business. She made 30 million in 3 years of doing the business. And when I started, in just 4 months after I started, her team collapsed because she was part of the people that carried her money, bulk of her money, and went to put into Ponzi scheme called, what's the name of this Ponzi scheme? MMM, right? That crashed. She got that most of the money she made from this business and put into MMM and lost everything. And guess what? She came back to me and said, please help me. All of my partners are no longer functional. Please help me. From hero to zero, lost everything. So it's not about making money. It's about getting to the top. Is not about making money. It's about building a system. Building a system requires time. For you to be patient enough, to stay long enough for the miracle in this business to set in, you must master your mindset. So how do you master your mindset? Brainwash your mind. By written books, audio books, YouTube trainings, cell meetings, this will help to brainwash. You have to brainwash your mind. It's what you tell your mind that your mind accepts. What I'm doing to you now is brainwashing your mind. Brainwashing is not bad. People use it in a bad connotation regularly, but it's not bad in itself. Brainwashing your mind is reprogramming your mindset. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do with the example I gave you, that if you're building a plaza, it will take some time. Do you know that that plaza, when you're building it, you will even be borrowing money to put into that plaza to make sure that it stands, right? Even if if you have a salary and then you're building the plaza, some of the money coming from your salary is going to that plaza. Your family is going to sacrifice it. I mean, people around you, you probably stop doing a lot of things that you used to do before. If you wanted to buy a very nice car, you won't buy it. The money you would have used to buy the nice car goes into the completion of that plaza. That is the mindset you have to possess. You see, when you read books, when you listen to audios, it helps to begin to brainwash and reprogram your mind, to begin to think long-term as against short-term. Cell meetings do that as well. Now, audit your inner circle. This is very important. Now, yes, you have the liberty to, read wide, listen to audiobooks, YouTube trainings, and cell meetings. But guess what? There's something that happens with your inner circle, your inner circle. You see, do you have positive inner circle or negative inner circle? Because no matter what you read, if you are in the midst of this inner circle, it will be a challenge. So we're going to do an exercise. It's a task. Now, I want you to write down all your inner circle names and categorize them with N or P. N is negative, P is positive. And I'm going to explain what that means. So you're going to have to, now inner circle could be the people that have direct contact and influence over you. Your very close friends, your father, your aunties, your uncles. There are some uncles that you don't really get to talk to all the time. They don't have particular influence over you. They're just there. You know that you have an uncle there. He doesn't say, but then there's some other uncles or aunties that they're in your case. They don't want to know what you're doing. Sometimes they help you financially. So if you want to do anything, they want to vet it. All right. So these are the names you're going to write down. These are the people you're in contact with almost on a regular. All right. There is no disconnect with them. They are your inner circle. So your friends, your father, your mother. Some people are not directly in touch with their mom or their father, so don't put their name. I mean, they're not of any influence to you. Okay. Yeah, if you're like that, you don't have to put their name but I'm talking about those who can form a level of influence over you. Put their names down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, 7 of them, 12 of them, 2 of them, whatever it is, right? But categorize after writing, please, you have to do this right now as I'm speaking to you. I'm going to give you 1 minute. So as I'm speaking, I hope you're writing it down. As I'm speaking, write. Now, let me explain negative and positive. After writing the names down, you now have to categorize them as negative. Now, negative people are those who complain a lot. They gossip. They discuss people. They are dramatic. Anyone that depletes your energy is a negative person. Anyone that creates fear in you is a negative person. So that's your auntie that complains a lot. Put N there. That's your friend that gossips. All they are talking about is other people. But she's still close to you though. Put N. All right. That's your maybe your cousin. Anytime she comes to you, she's just an energy drainer, drama queen. But you're just managing her. She's still your cousin. But maybe you guys stay together. Put N. All right. These are negative people. But positive people are those who always encourage you. They may not know what you're doing, but they encourage you. They discuss ideas. They don't discuss human beings. All right. They talk always how to grow. They're always talking about, man, have you read this book? Write their name down as P. They have positive vibes, right? That P to their name, right? These are the negatives and the positives. So what do? You have this document now, right? What are we discussing? How to master your mind. So have you categorized these people with N and P? If you have, then this is the task computation. If the number of negative people, write it down. I mean, out of 10, all right, put N and P. If the number of negative people, the number of N's in your inner circle is more than 25%, you are in danger. If the number of negative people in your inner circle is more than 25, you're in danger. Yeah, 25%. Okay. And what does that mean? If you have 10, okay? If you have 10 people in your inner circle and let's say 2 of them are negative, you're still okay, all right? But if 3 of them are negative, there's danger. 4 of them are negative, there's danger already. You can never go farther than the mindset of your inner circle. These guys have dominion over you. The people you hang around with the most will affect your mindset. Once you master the mindset, you'll be able to stay long enough for your breakthrough to manifest. The mind keeps you long enough. The mind will not bring money to you, the mindset. It will bring money to you, but it will keep you long enough in the business for your breakthrough to manifest. So do this exercise. And if you have more than 25% of negative people around you, please cut them off. If you have 3, cut 1 off. Maybe 1 is your husband or your wife, all right? And the second one is and you're staying with that one, no problem. And then the second one is maybe your father who pays some of your bills for now. That's okay. But the remaining, and you have 10, for instance, but the remaining 9 are all positive guys, positive, P. You are in good hands, you're good. But if you have a third one who is negative, cut that person off completely from your life. If not completely, but at least for a time being until you're done building a system. Now, skill 2. Skill set. First is the mindset. Number 2 is skill set. You want to go to the top, right? I'm bringing the reality to you, not the fantasy that, oh, yeah, I want to make 2.5 million every month. I want to make 20 million every month. This is what it takes. Now, if mindset keeps you playing the game, skill set, what? Skill set gets you paid for playing the game. If mindset keeps you playing the game, skill set gets you paid for playing the game. So you want to also get paid while you are staying in the game long enough. Now, excuse me, watch this. In the beginning, you do a lot of work in this business and get little pay. Now, later you get huge pay with little effort. Okay? Later, you get little effort you put into the business, but boom, make a lot of money. That is the projection of this business. So you see, understanding that this is how the business works will help you. I've been studying a lot and I've been researching and consuming a lot of content from different players in this industry, and all of them are saying the same thing. In fact, where I got that assignment was from Fraser Brooks. There's a place he categorized it, and he, how to manage your inner circle, right? A long time ago, I saw him do that, and I took it, and I did it. Today, I don't have any negative person in my inner circle, not one. Not even my mother, because I have to tell her, look, Mama, this is how I do. Anything that you say that is negative, I will not condone it. I won't even listen to you. If we're speaking and you begin to say anything negative, Mama, I'm going to call the call on you and call you back later. And she knows. I can't entertain any negative vibe in my life. No, sir. This life is once. I need to enjoy my life. I need to live a good life. I need to live a fulfilling life, no matter how long I'm going to stay. All right? I need it to be impactful, fulfilling. I cannot entertain any negativity. So I'm going back to mindset, because it's very important that you understand that mindset is very. See, if I had the time, I would have spent like 30 to 40 minutes of mindset, but I don't have the time. That's where everything starts, and that's where everything ends. It's from the mind. It's not the skill set. If your mind is bad, if your mind is altered, if your mind is in captivity of some sort, you can't even be patient to learn any skill set. Do you understand? So now let's come back to the skill set. This business, when you acquire the skills in this business, in the beginning, you do a lot of work and get a little pay. So, like I told you, if you're building that plaza, you're not going to make any profit. But the good news is that in this business, when you're building, you'll be making some profit. I'm not saying you'll be making money, you'll be making profit, because every kobo you make in this business is profit. But here's the dynamics. If you're building a plaza, you're not making any money at all. You're putting all the money you have into that plaza. Remember that when the plaza is standing and people begin to pay to rent out your space, you continue to make money for the rest of your life. As far as this plaza is concerned, it's standing. You make money even when you die, because that's a system, right? But you see, the difference between that concept and this business is, in the beginning, when you're building this business, you'll be making money. Not, of course, not much, right? But the challenge is this: because you begin to make money, you begin to eat the money you make. No, that money is supposed to go back to the system. Now, if this is all you're doing, if this is the only business you're doing, now what you do is you have you create a portfolio. So 50%, as in the beginning, 50% of the money you make now, you put it back in the business, 50% live off of the 50%. If you're living off, let's say you make 100,000 naira, remove 50,000 naira and keep it for the business, use it to buy recharge card for making calls, data for your Zoom meetings, and perhaps keeping some money aside for paying for an office space. All right. So that's 50,000 naira that's where it's gonna come from. And then the remaining 50,000 naira you leave off. And you're telling me, no, I have a family now. Come on, man. I cannot leave off 50,000 naira. But hey, hello, you've been living off less than 50,000 naira a month before you started this business. What are you talking about? The reason you're complaining that, oh, I have so much responsibility, is because you are living in a fantasy world, thinking that you're going to build the system anyhow. No, you have to discipline yourself. Be aware of a man who's disciplined. Divide that income. Next month, you make another 100,000 naira. Divide it into two. That's 50,000 naira goes back into the business, and you work on the 50. At this point, I would even suggest that you divide that income into four. Divide it into four. This is my own suggestion. Don't divide it into two, right? Now, if you ask me, dividing into two means I'm playing into your weakness. I'm supposed to be pushing you to discipline yourself, right? It's not easy, but it's worth it. You make an income, divide, let's say you make 100,000, you divide it into four. One part, you save it. Two parts, you put it back into the business. One part, you eat. Let me say it again. Divide into four. One portion, 25K, you save it. Then 50K, put it back into the business. You live off 25K. Okay. But if you want to have enough more money to live off and be comfortable with, then make more money. Discipline yourself and make more money. So if you make 500,000 naira, divide it into four. All right? Divide it into four. So now you have more than 100,000 naira to live off by, Abby. That's how it works. Now, at this point, remember, this is not a job. This is a business for job replacement. This is not a job. This is a business for job replacement. So this is, you all are now, once you become an active partner, you are an independent business owner. You are actually building a business that you will own. Your upline will not own it, you will own it. But understand that this is not a job. A job, you wait for things to happen. A business, you make things happen. So you're using this business model to replace your job. Now, why is this good for those who also used to have a job? Because in a job, there's no risk. Your bosses take all the risk. And that has been your problem. How do I go into business? I'm going to lose money. All the risk involved in businesses. Oh, my goodness. And that is why you don't have an alternative source of income. You don't have multiple sources of income, right, Abi? Fine. But guess what? Good news. This is a business that will replace your job, because this is the only business that you can make huge sums of money, more than whatever they're paying you in your job, without financial risk. So that is why it's a business that replaces your job. Why? In a job, there's no risk. In this business, there's no risk. However, in your job, you can't live your dream. In this business, you can live your dream. So you have to have that mental acceptance that this is a powerful job replacement, a powerful business that replaces your job. But you have to treat it as a business anyways. Do you understand? Let me make this a foundational statement that I'm going to say it again. In a job, if you're an employee, employees usually wait for things to happen. They wait for their bosses to tell them what to do. They wait for the end of the month for them to get paid salary. They wait until they get a raise, Abi. So they are waiting. They are waiters by default. Nobody trains them to be waiters, but they wait. They just wait. They just wait. If you tell them to do anything, if you say, honey, let's take the children out on vacation, they'll wait. They have not paid salary. But in this, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, we don't wait for things to happen. We go out to make things happen. And it can be defined in different ways. For instance, if you have a job mentality, and this is where your mindset also is, if you have a job mentality and you start this business, here's what's going to happen because you lack skill set. What's going to happen is that you invite someone and they see your business opportunity and they say, do you know what, let me think about it. It's okay, no problem. I'll give you some time to think about it. What are you doing? Subconsciously, you are manifesting your skill as a job or an employee. So you're waiting for the person to get back to you. That person will not get back to you until the death of time. But entrepreneurs will not wait for you to get back to us. You say, okay, you're going to get back to me. Oh, fantastic, fantastic. I hear you. But IK, I understand that you are also busy. You have other things to do. So let's do it this way. Here's what you're going to do. Which time is okay for me to get back to you? I will be the one to get back to you. Should I get back to you tomorrow or next? Which one is better for you? Okay, get back to me next. Okay, fantastic. I'm going to write it. Is it okay that I remind you that I'm going to get back to you by the day after tomorrow? Oh, yeah, no problem. Then tomorrow, what do? You send them, hey, how you doing? I hope everything's okay. Just a quick reminder, we're going to meet tomorrow. And then that next day, because you are journaling everything, you have a book where you write down that I'm going to meet him tomorrow. And then the next day, second day later, you call him. That's what entrepreneurs do. We go and get things done. We don't wait for him to call back because he will forget. And that's what happens every time because when the person says, I'm going to call you, it doesn't mean that everything he's going through will stop in his life. As leaving you, responsibilities are increasing, he will definitely forget to call you. So are you seeing that with a job mentality, you can't go far, you cannot get to the top here. Now, let me also give you a business example, a business format. Now, some of you know this, yeah? What if I gave you an opportunity to take one kobo that duplicates in the value every day for just 31 days? Or take 3 million naira in cash? Which one would you take? Take 3 million naira in cash, whatever you want to do with it. Or take one kobo that duplicates in value every day for just 31 days. Which one would you honestly take? Now, this question has been asked several times. A lot of people, sincerely, if I ask this question in public, people prefer to take the one that seems sexy. Oh, one kobo that duplicates, yeah. But in reality, the way it do you, most people take 3 million naira. That's the honest truth. Because, you have some things you're doing with this 3 million naira, but I've also found out that when people say they're going to take 3 million naira, it's not concrete. They're just taking it because their mindset thinks of now. Most people, they think of now. These people will never build a system. They can never end wealthy, not because they have been ordained to end poor, but simply because of their mindset. There was a lady that said, I'll take 3 million naira. I said, okay, so what you going to do with 3 million naira? And she said, I'll start a business. So fantastic. So what business are you going to start? I've not thought about it, but I'm going to start a business. Are you seeing? So why do you need 3 million naira? You're first of all going to buy a Brazilian hair of 250,000 naira. The second thing, you're going to take your friends out. And before you know it, that 3 million naira would now, what's remaining is 1.1 million naira. And then you say, okay, I'm still going to start a business. No problem. I'm still going to start a business. And then your siblings begin to call you. You begin to give them 20K here, 50K here. Before you know it, you only have 200,000 naira left. And you say, hey, please, sir, which business can I start with 200,000 naira? That's what happens. But let's check. I would take one kobo that duplicates in value every day for just 31 days. Now, that sounds a little bit tacky. One kobo, not even 1 naira that duplicates, one kobo. Now, let's even put another condition to this. The 1 kobo will be in the bank for you. You have to put in 2 hours of work. And then if you do 2 hours of work in a day, the 1 kobo will duplicate to 2 kobo. And then the next day you put another 2 hours of work, and then 2 kobo in the bank will duplicate to 4 kobo. And the next day you put another 2 hours. So you're putting 2 hours every day for this 1 kobo in the bank to duplicate. However, after 31 days, whatever the 1 kobo duplicates in the bank for you, you go pick it up. Anything it is, you pick it up, right? Now, from the peripheral thought, how can 1 kobo that duplicates every day equal 3 million in just 31 days? That's not possible. So, sir, why are you saying that's what you're going to take? Let's check what 1 kobo would amount to in 31 days quickly. So today is 1 kobo in the bank. I do 2 hours of work, and the next day it becomes 2 kobo. If I do 2 hours of work, the next day it becomes 4 kobo. I do 2 hours of work, the next day it becomes 8 kobo. 6 days later it's 32 kobo, not even up to 1 naira. Day 7 is 64 kobo. Day 8 is 1 naira. My goodness, I've worked consistently for 8 days, and in the bank is just 1 naira 28 kobo. How many people can stand that? And then day 9 is 2.56 kobo, 2 naira 56 kobo, 5 naira, and day 10, day 11 is 10 naira, day 12 is 20 naira, day 13 is 40 naira, day 14 is 81 naira and 2 kobo, day 15 is 163 naira, 84 kobo. Hold on a second. Day 15, you've been putting 2 hours of work. Sir, excuse me, are you sure we don't go and take that 3 million naira and just go and rest? But the honest truth is, a lot of people would give up at this point and they go take that 3 million. And there's nothing wrong taking the 3 million, right? But let's get to the end of 31 days, because that's what we said. However, on day 15, what if you're hungry in your house and your family haven't eaten, you've not eaten anything, and all you have in the bank is 163 naira? What you going to do? So this is where the skill set is important to understand how this business works and the mindset you need to impute in it. But let's be patient a little bit, because on day 16, you now have 327 naira. What would 327 naira buy for you? Nothing much though. But day 17, you have 655 naira 36 kobo times 2. So that is 1,310 naira, right? I mean, it's duplicating. And you do another 2 hours of work, day 19, it duplicates to 2,621 naira, 144 kobo. Day 20 and day 21, of course, the day 20 duplicates to 5,242 kobo, and 242 naira, 88 kobo. Day 21, it duplicates to 5,242 times 2 is 10,485 naira, 76 kobo. Day 22, it duplicates to 20,000 naira. Day 23, it begins to make sense, right? It duplicates to 41,943 naira. Day 24, man, you put another 2 hours of work and you got 83,000, not up to 100,000 naira. My goodness, what am I doing? But hold on a second. Let's get to day 31. Day 24 is 167,000 naira plus. Day 26 is 335,544 naira, 32 kobo. Oh my goodness. Now that's beginning to make sense, right? We're simply duplicating day 27. You have more energy. You put in 2 hours of work and it duplicates to 671,888 naira 64 kobo. It duplicates on the 28th day to 1.3 million. Ladies and gentlemen, in 29th day, it duplicates to 2.68 million, 684 million. And day 30, it duplicates to 5.368 million. Ha! Woo! Now you are richer than the person that took the 3 million, right? But it took you 31 days of hard work. But hold on a second. It's not up to 30 days. We'd say 31 days. So on the 31st day, it will duplicate to what? Boom. 10.7 million. No comparison to the dude that has the 3 million. This is a formula that the rich understand, and they are willing to stay. Now, can I ask you a question? What if this is not, see, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. Never forget this in your life till you die. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. If you implement this in real life, you get the resultant effect. If it is money, it will duplicate like this. It will happen like this. If it's human beings and you want numbers in human beings, it will duplicate like this. But here's the thing. But look at this. Look at this. What if this does not duplicate every day, but it duplicates every month? That means in the 31st month, you'll be a multi-millionaire. But meanwhile, somebody took the 3 million naira. And where would the person be with that 3 million naira? They've burnt out the 3 million naira. Are you seeing how the rich think? if you want to get to the top, you must have the mindset to be patient enough for your breakthrough to manifest. In this business, the duplication doesn't happen every day. It actually happens monthly. So you have a trajectory that in your 31st month, the miracle will happen in this business for you. Second thing, this business does not operate like this, whereby money is in the bank for you and it's duplicating. No. What is actually duplicating is human beings. So what you're seeing here is not one couple that duplicates. It's actually human beings that duplicate. So you have one person you sponsor today, and tomorrow you train and work with the person so that he will sponsor one person, two persons tomorrow. And those two persons, you work with them and train them on how they're going to sponsor two persons, right? Now, in theory, it makes sense, but in practice, that is where you need the skill set. Do you understand now? Because what we're duplicating in this business are human beings. Let's walk down. Let's go down to month 31, assuming we're using months, okay? Month 31, you now have 10,737,418 people in your team, okay? Please, I want you to work this mathematics with me. Remember, numbers don't lie. What if out of these 10 million people in your business, over 10 million people in your business, let's remove only 737 people, all right? 737,000 people. You now, 31 days later, I'm showing you how to get to the top. In this business, it is not your money that duplicates. It's the people in your business that duplicate, right? Good. So let's assume you have now over 10 million people in your business, and all the 10 million people are not functional, all right? They all went to sleep. The only people that are functional are 737 people, okay? All right, let's bring it down. The only functional people are just 100,000 people. So that's ridiculously low, but because you will tell me, oh my goodness, not everybody will be functional. Of course. If you don't have good leadership skills, not everybody will be functional. At least majority will be functional. But let's assume that you didn't develop good enough skills, right? And only 100,000, not 2 million, not 10 million, not 5 million, not even 700,000, not 400,000, 100,000 people are functional, right? Now, this is where the money is. Out of these 100,000 people, what you are making from each person when they reorder products, remember they are functional, so they are buying products. They are buying products to use and enjoy for themselves. They're not even selling. Some of them might be selling, but the bottom line is that they're all buying products they want to use. And because you are building a system, you have a concession. You are earning something from whatever they buy. And let's assume that is just, let me not use dollars, let me use naira, okay? You're making as little as 1,000 naira. If you're a global ambassador, you make a whole lot of money. That's over 30% of whatever your people buy, all right? So let's bring it down, not 30%, not 20%, just 1,000 naira. That's what you're making. Now you have 100,000 people in your team purchasing products every month to use. And you're making, and these people, you don't even know them. They're scattered across the world. And then you're making just 1,000 naira from each purchase. Have you punched it? I don't want to use 1,000 naira. I'm going to use 500 naira. You're just making 500 naira. 500 naira from each person's purchase. Just 500 naira. That's 50 million naira in a month. And 10 million people are not active. Less than 1% are active. And you're still making 50 million. Are you understanding what I'm saying? At that time, people will say, oh, you are doing drugs. Oh, it's not this business you're doing. No. They lack understanding. And that is why I can stay here and tell you that by 2024, 2025, I should be making 185 million every month. So let's go. What you just saw is the most powerful force in the universe, and that is compound interest. This was what Albert Einstein said. Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't understand it works for those who do. Selah, take it to the bank. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So we're still on skill set. So how do you increase your skill set? Study, implement, recalibrate. All right? Study the business, study the skills. We have 7 skills here. You have to study them, implement, and recalibrate. Interact with successful people. They'll help you to change your mind. Seek mentorship and clarity. And of course, be accountable. And promoting event is the most powerful one. The most powerful because, it's an event that you're going to have to work with your team. Well, the skill is not you attending events, it's promoting. You must have the skill to promote event. Remember what I said? You saw the trajectory, the one couple that duplicates daily, right? Then I told you, what if it duplicates every month? That's how our business works. But hey, taking it further, it's not only money that duplicates here. It's not money that duplicates, pardon me. It is human beings that duplicate, right? So if it is human beings that duplicate, yeah, then that means you need to learn how to work with people, human beings. Now, let me tell you what Ponzi scheme did. Ponzi scheme understands this number, and what they did was they removed the human element, and they want to use non-physical element, money in itself. So, okay, you put 2 naira, get somebody who will put another 2 naira, and then to be duplicating, right? That is the essence of Ponzi scheme. They're using that formula, that compounding interest formula, right? But the reason it's Ponzi scheme is because they have removed the element that makes that compounding formula work, which is value. So Ponzi scheme remove value in product or service, and they just tell you bring money, and then we'll pay you when you bring 2 people, and those 2 people will bring 2 people will pay you. That is Ponzi scheme. There's no value to sustained duplication. Are you communicating? You heard me say that in our business, what duplicates are human beings, but those human beings are doing something. Those human beings are purchasing products for themselves. They love the products. So we teach them how to use the products, we teach them how to love the products, they use it. Now, we don't teach them how to love the products, we teach them how to use the product. And when they use the product, they begin to love the products, right? How do you use the product? Just start and use the products, buy, use, and connect. So when they use the product, now because the products are effective and they're useful, and oh my goodness, they keep purchasing it. And as they are purchasing it, you are effectively and perpetually connected to a commission that comes to you whenever they purchase the product. Do you understand? So that's why this cannot crash, because there's value. People will love the product, and the company will continue to make money because they are selling the products. But because you created a team of consumers, you'll be making money for the rest of your life. So for you to now have men who are not just consuming the products, but men who also want to duplicate so that you will make more money and they will make more money, you now need to know how to promote events to put those men in your team in a room and a hall where they will get more training, more deep insights, more testimonials on how to work the business. Are you understanding me? Pay attention to this. You see, this is the most powerful skill in this business. There are 7 skills. The most powerful is promoting event. Listen to this video.
I want you to hear this story for a couple reasons. Number one, because it doesn't matter where you are today. If you're struggling right now, you're sharing a room with people, you're trying to figure it out, you're not eating room service, and you're on a budget trying to make this all work. I just want you to know that your situation can change if you really make a decision. That's number one. Number two, I will tell you that the highest paid skill in network marketing is your ability to promote. If you can get butts and seats, it changes your entire dynamic back in your local marketplace, and being relentless in that promotion.
So it's not just being promoting, it's being relentless. Now, ask yourself, have I been relentlessly promoting the Emerge 2023? The answer is no. You've not even bought your ticket. And you're wondering, by next year, you are still struggling. Oh, yes. There are some people that started this business in 2019. They are still struggling, but they're doing everything right. So they think. And they're forgetting that the most important skill is promoting events relentlessly. That's what the money is, because we're dealing with human numbers, human beings. And the more you can promote events and those human beings are seated in the event, the miracle happen in them and they will go out and become empowered. The more empowered they are, the more money you make. So 3, leadership development skill. If you want to get to the top, first, shift your mindset. Second is what? Skill set. You must acquire the 7th skill set, completing it with the what? The promotion skill. All right. You have the 7th skill set is invitation and prospecting skills, invitation skills, presentation skills, follow up and follow through skills, getting your prospects started skills, and of course, promotion skills. Now, leadership development skill is out of that 7 basic skills in this business. But leadership skill now takes you not just in this business, but outside the business. You can interact with people not just in this business, also outside the business. That makes you maintain what you've created. Because going to the top is one thing, staying at the top and bringing others to the top is another thing. That is why you need leadership development skill. See, leadership development skill is the highest skill needed to create wealth in this business. All right. Now, look, listen, if you are to be ill for 3 months, you can't show up to run this business for whatever reason or follow up anyone. What happens to your business? Does your business thrive? Does your business survive? Or does your business nosedive? You see, if you take a trip for 3 months and you come back and your income is still increasing, you didn't do anything for 3 months, and your income is still increasing, your business is thriving. You are a leader and you've developed other leaders. But if you take a vacation from me for 3 months, for whatever reason, it may not be a vacation, it may be illness, you're just down, and your business is surviving, or your business nosedived, your income went almost to 0, or your income went from 2 million or 1 million to 200,000 naira. Yeah, there's danger. You are not a leader, and you don't have leaders in your team, and that is why it's happening. You can never get to the top like that. But will you make money? Yes, you make money. But outside leadership, you see, you can have the skill to promote and get people in events and people are attending. But then as they attend, how do you work with them? As they attend the meeting, how do you keep up with them? How do you empower them? How do you teach them? That is where leadership development skill comes into place. Because if they attend those events, they are fired up and there is no structure to help them, boom, they all go back to their sleep. You will never get to the top. With this, we have put everything in place, structures in place to make sure that you easily create leaders. And that is why we adopted the new system in Century 21 Freedom Group. Are you understanding me? So that you can, so if you're still taking it for granted, you don't want to apply to become an active partner, it's okay. Know ye this day that you're not going to the top. Now, some of you will now say something like, okay, do you know what? This is getting too stringent. This is getting too tough. Oh, yes. You can't get to the top with ease. Come on now. Don't slap yourself out of fantasy land. Have you ever seen somebody climbing to the top of the hill easily? Woo, I'm having fun. It's work. But when he gets to the top, woo, wow, he puts his flag. I hate it. You can't get to the top with ease. You can't get to the top unintentionally. It has to be by intention. You have to be intentional about it to get into the top. So don't think in this business is different. No, it's not different in this business. It's not different in any business model. As far as it's a business that you get revenue. It's not easy. There's a dude that started YouTubing since 2015. And today they gave him the gold badge. There's this certificate or whatever that they give you YouTube. I don't even know him. All right. And then he was on the internet, and I saw him. He was so excited. He said, "Oh, you keep doing whatever you're doing." You know, he had this. I think it's gold. I forgot what they call it. YouTube gives it to you if you reach a certain number of followers or subscribers, right? But guess what? When somebody does, I want to go and start doing YouTube. Hey, it's like, so that's when they pay, because if you have that, I think it's 1 million subscribers or so. And 1 million subscribers with YouTube translated to money, that's some good money. 1 million subscribers, 1 million. But what most people don't want to accept is that it took him since 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 8 years later. 8 years. But somebody wants to do it and make that money in 8 weeks or 8 months. So whatever business, whatever venture, you must have the mindset for a long term. So pay attention to this. If you need to listen to this video again, listen to it again, and this will help you get to the top.